Okay. Are we live? Are we live? Yes, I think we are live. Hello, everybody. As always, my glasses are dirty. Hello, everybody. My name is Kilonalios, and I'm your host. And today is a bit of a special day. Today, I would like to not do directly code things on the Ephestos project, which is my game, and instead, I will distract myself with a new project that is to participate in the Godot Addon Jam. So let's take a look at the Godot Addon Jam first of all. So there is a Godot Addon Jam, I think it was in its I.O. And, you know, the goal is of course to make a Godot addon. It hasn't started yet. It hasn't started yet. That's weird. Really? When it starts? From 20 of January, it's the submission that are not open. So the jam has started, because I remember it was to start at the 8th of January, I think. So, oh no, it starts at 20th of January. And we have like only 4 days. Anyway, okay, let's take a look at this. The goal of the jams promote, celebrate, and explore add-on creation in Godot. Add-ons are an essential part of the engine, and they can be very careful. Add-ons are easy to create. Well, debatable. As they're made in GDScript. Ooh, that's actually not always the case. An add-on in Godot can also be made using C++ as usually GD native. So you can definitely use a lot more than GDScript to make an add-on. I mean, as a matter of fact, Godot doesn't have add-ons, it has only plugins, so the correct terminology is actually plugins. But yeah, here it refers only to the GDScript plugins instead of the GD native plugins, I think. Yeah, normally uses love. Okay. Well, it's irrelevant to love for me, because I don't think I love about coding is actually writing documentation. I'm probably among the exceptions. No nudity. Well, there's not going to be a nudity. Don't include any hate speech. The only hate speech you hear in this channel is me hating on Windows. I don't like Windows. But no hate speech. No racist terms. Nah. You can start working on addon before. You can start working on your addon before the start of the jam. You can start working on the addon before the start, especially if you know you're not going to have time during the jam dates. Don't submit addons that you created before the jam. You have to work on during the jam, otherwise it goes against the spirit of the jam. So that is the problem, because I don't know if I was going to be working on this during the jam. When the jam is ending? The jam ends at 24th. Well, 24th is next Monday. And it starts at 20. Why it starts at 20th? What is in 20th? It's Thursday. It doesn't make sense. Why it doesn't start at 17th? That doesn't make any sense. So basically they want to do this during the weekend. I'm not a weekend person, so probably I will start and edit before that. So, okay, maybe I will not participate. I don't know. I will have to split with Lenzius. I think I will finish that on inside this week. So probably I will finish it before actually the jump starts. So I don't know. What is... It's these ideas, suggested ideas. Okay, let's see the ideas. So polygons operations, to call operations on polygons, and now I'm going to make the operation editor. Okay, fair enough. Custom scene launcher, play custom scene. A set button will be used to launch a specific scene. Okay, yeah. Line edit with integrated regex. What? Other regex input to the line edit node. Okay. Make it possible to sanitize it. Can you don't do that already in line edit? Is it a rich tech? I think I saw somewhere about the regex. Pub sub Twitch API. Well, yeah, that's pretty much the holy grail. Project stats, a smaller panel inside editor will give start to get. Yeah, that's fine. That's nice. Snippets. Yeah, that's pretty good. Make editor beautiful. I felt like the editor should be a little different. Make it happen. Node spacing toolset. Select control node to do, and special nodes can be distributed vertically and horizontally with equal spacing between them. You get the handles for pure points. Okay. General purpose raw generation, fair enough. Tile setter like auto tile generator, custom gravity tools, updating some existing add-ons. Actually, this is a good question. Is there something? So, okay, so let me start in saying what exactly I'm planning to work on here. So, I think it's on the title, but I will say it also because people rarely read Twitch titles or YouTube titles. That's for that book. What I'm going to be working on is a documentation system for GDScript. So the idea that I had was I wasn't intending to participate in the jam. I'm not a big jam kind of fan. I don't like working under pressure and having a deadline. It's not really working well for me. That I'm pretty slow as a coder. Usually the things I'm working on take days or weeks. So I really can function inside the tight, deadline of a jam. It's like just a few days, for example. So I don't enjoy the process so much. But there is one thing I intended to work within Ephestos, and that is a documentation system that will exist both outside and inside the game. So outside, you usually read the documentation in terms of HTML documentation when it's in a website format or PDF. And something that's going to be inside the game as well. So my goal is to have an inside documentation inside the game. So I was thinking, what is a very powerful documentation system? Of course, there are several powerful documentation systems here. But one documentation system, because we are using Python, is Sphinx. As a matter of fact, if you go to Godot Docs, and you search anything for GDScript in documentation-wise, which is basically, I think Godot Docs is by far the most visited website for Godot. I don't think it's going to be exaggeration to say something like that. If you go downstairs on the floor, there is copyright blah blah blah, and then it says build with Sphinx using a thing provided by Read the Docs. So this is basically one of the things. Read the Docs is basically Sphinx is basically a documentation tool for Python. It's also a Python library, and it's very flexible. And the nice thing about Sphinx is using something called restructured text, which is very much compatible with Markdown. So if you ever work with Markdown, it has very simple syntax. And so does the restructured text. The difference between Markdown and restructured text is restructured text tends to be a bit more flexible, in that allowing you to extend also the syntax, I think. So Sphinx is a very sophisticated documentation system for Python. This is exactly the system that is used for the Python documentation. So if you go to the Python documentation, which is very good documentation, by the way, I highly recommend it. All of this is implemented using Sphinx. So Sphinx is extremely popular with pretty much any project in Python that has documentation, and people heavily use it. So it's not a surprise also, because GDScript is very similar to Python, they also utilize this. So the big question right now is, that I'm asking right myself, is there a GDScript Sphinx plugin? So that's a good question. So I don't think there is actually, from what I've seen here. The Google doesn't really show us anything. What the hell is that? It's a ghost. This is the ghostery. It's a plugin I'm using. Oh, they actually added... oh, that's pretty cool. So it keeps you track what basically tracks you. So let's see what I do here. Go to docs repository. Let's go there. And read the docs theme. Install the Sphinx extension defined in the Godot docs repository. Okay, we're coming using pip, Python. The program is installed, you build some navigation. Okay, so that's pretty standard Python stuff. So let's take a look at the... So the goal really right now is to make a documentation system for GDScript that will allow me to embed. So you go basically inside. So one of the things you can do is you can create REST files, which they do have the syntax there, restructured syntax. But one another thing that you can do in Sphinx is that you can embed what's called as docstrings. And docstrings basically in Python are essentially going under the definition of a function and adding something that has triple quotes. And as a matter of fact, what the hell happened there? Why there is... what? Why? What is that? Why there's an AB, AB, AA? Okay. Why did it complete to AAB? I don't know. What? Don't do that. No. What the hell? Okay. So these triple quotes are in Python are called, usually they're called docstrings, and Python can actually use this docstring as documentation for that specific method. Unfortunately, in GDScript there is no such a support. They do support docstrings, strings. They call them multi-line strings because docstring in Python also work as multi-line strings, but they don't really use them for documentation. So I was thinking to actually leverage that, and having the ability to write, for example, this function is really ready to be ready, right? So this one can be then taken from Sphinx and generate into HTML documentation will document this function. So of course Sphinx uses its own syntax, so you can actually add things like argument types, you can add things like links to other pieces of documentation. So it's a very flexible documentation system. It's not just about you putting some text inside a function. So the big question is how we can do this, how we can take a GDScript file, extract all the docstrings and build the documentation out of that. And I think this is very useful for many people that actually build, games and they want to have the documentation for the player, like separate manual that will allow them to have this kind of thing. So GDScript can really, we can add, of course, Sphinx files, Sphinx REST files inside the folder of our scripts and have Sphinx use those as documentation. But it's also a good thing. So this is not something extra. We don't need to do anything specific in that case. But in order to make the docstrings themselves visible by Sphinx, then that probably will mean that we have to build a specialized extension for that. So how can we do this? It's a good question. So the first thing we're gonna have to do is build a separate project. So before doing that, let me go and examine. Let's examine first. So let's examine first. Examine how Godot uses Sphinx for GDScript docs. So how exactly Godot uses this script for this GDScript? Does it do something special? I'm willing to bet that they don't do anything special and they just use the standard features, but let's take a look at this. So this is the documentation. You can actually find here the RST files. So as you can see, it's, as you can see, oh, wait, what? Wait. Is that an RST file? I think that, yeah, because it's very similar to... Okay, let's take a look at the raw file. Come on, you can do it. Oh, man, why the hell is so large? Okay, make it smaller. Please, thank you. So as you can see, the documentation syntax of Sphinx is very, very simple. Look how simple it is to add a link, for example, right? Super simple. Again, this is to add the sections themselves. This is a content strip, which is table of contents. So the nice thing about Sphinx is that it uses very, very simple syntax, which makes it so loved by people for documentation. So this is basically a separate RST file we show here. So you can integrate that with your Godot project, obviously. But the really tricky part is when you have source code that contains those screens that use the syntax, and you want to assemble them together. So we have some extensions here. Oh wait, what is that? GDScript API. So this is a lecture for GDScript. What the hell? So I think this is a syntax highlighter for GDScript to allow you to have basically inside of the... So basically this is used for the examples in documentation, which is great. That's fine. So this is an extension that they use in Sphinx that allows you to syntax highlight examples using GDScript. Okay. 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 Fine. I'm fine with that. So what do we have? Descriptions. What is that? Description. What is a description type? Okay. So we have templates here. Okay, that's a template. Community is what? Master library, sons. So as you can see, even GitHub is able to read RST files, because apart from Markdown, GitHub also, I think, supports the REST format, which is, the RST extension here. Okay. Yeah, this is documentation now. It's its own documentation. There's the images here. Okay. Let's see the twin suit. Okay. So, okay. Tutorials, very important. 3D tutorials. Let's go with limitations. Okay. So the only thing here that is very specific is the extensions. What about static? I think this is generated by Sphinx, if I'm not mistaken. About. What is that? Editor config. What the hell is an editor config? No idea. GTDU attributes. Requirement. This is actually something I want to see. Requirements TXT. Where is it? Here it is. Sphinx 4. It uses the Sphinx RTT theme. This utilities, not important. Sphinx tabs. Code tabs extension. What is that? Sphinx tabs. Sphinx not found page. Custom 44 error page. Sphinx open graph. Adds open graph tabs in the HTML tag. Okay, let's take a look at Sphinx tabs. I don't know what that is. So this is tab views for Sphinx. Ah, okay. Wait, it does have tab views in documentation. I've never seen that in documentation. Ah, yeah, they use that because of because they have the examples, and some of them are in GDScript and some of them in C#. Yeah. I get that one. Okay. And how use them? Yeah, how the hell you use them? Create a tab. Okay, let's take a look at the example. Give me the row because that doesn't make sense. Okay, it is. Tabs, tab, okay. Tab, okay. I'm not a big fan of tabs, so I don't care so much about them. That's not really important for me. Group tabs. They look the same to me. Oh, they change it. They change the same time. Okay. Where this one to change individually. Okay. Yeah, this is what they do. They use group tabs for the C# and the Python code. Okay. GDScript and C#, sorry. Here's the example. Okay. Pretty useful extension, that's fine. What does they use? They use also... No, what the hell they use? They use Open Graph. Open Graph. So let's take a look at Open Graph. So what is that? Sphinx aims to generate Open Graph metadata. How you use it? Simple config. The Open Graph protocol allows you to enable sharing a page to become a rich object in a social graph. What? I don't understand what the hell is this. So is this like a meta tag something? Yeah, some kind of meta tags in there. All right, I don't why they use this in the Godot docs. No idea. Adds open graph tags in the HTML head tag. Why they use this? I no idea. Okay, let's take a look at the documentation. Ooh, that's a lot of pull requests. That's pull requests, right? Okay. Anyway, let's take a look at, do classes have, let's go a flash, let's say audio effect capture. Do they have anything? Ref. The refs are basically native feature for Sphinx. So where the actually meta tags are used? That's a lot of refs. So yeah, this is basically the syntax. If you guys are curious, this is back to the syntax that GDScript is using. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this project. I don't see anyone else working on something like that. So yeah, let's start it. So let's go with the Sphinx documentation. The first thing we have to see is how to install Sphinx. So Sphinx will be here. So unfortunately the only way to, well, it's not the only way, but the best way right now to install Sphinx is we need to build a specialized Python repository, which we already did with the only difference with my Godot module, but the only difference is that instead of using the DLL of Python, we'll be using the actual command line of Python. So yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna go to GitLab and start a new project. I'll call this GDSphinx, because it's gonna be, of course, for GDScript and it's gonna be for Sphinx. Let's start a new project. Yeah, new project. Thank you. Perfect. Create a blank project. Yeah, that's fine. My name is gonna be GDSphinx. Sphinx, right? That's how we Sphinx is written. Yeah, it's a Greek word. I know how to write in Greek. I'm not sure so much about the English though. So it's gonna be a public repo, and it's gonna be Sphinx for Sphinx documentation system for Godot's GDScript. So I think this is pretty much self-explanatory. You're gonna have a README file, yeah. Okay. And now we have to clone this. So let's clone this. Let me open this beauty here. Let's close all these things here. And as a matter of fact, no, I can only use the command line here. Although we can use the command line here as well. Let's make a new terminal here. So where am I now? I'm site keylon. That's perfect. Let's go to coding. Yes. And inside coding, let's do a git clone. And the new repository is going to be here. Okay, so how are we going to be doing this? So the first thing I'm going to do is add the build of CPython, so the same way we did in this one. So I think it's a git submodules. Let's take a look at the command line again, see which one was it. And let's find also CPython GitHub. Yeah. So open this, if you can. No? Wait. And we need, yeah, git submodule add. So it was submodule add and the repository. So let's clone this again. And let's go and say, where am I now? Okay, so let's see. So it should be one that says GDSphinx. So cd GDSphinx. Let's do ls. So it has only the readme here. And git submodule add. And let's add the repository. Okay, this is gonna clone things up. And then let me think. So we have finished with Python. So yeah, I'm gonna go and open also while this is doing, I'm gonna open the new command line and say code. Where am I now? I think I probably am inside. I'm inside keylon. So cd coding, and let's go code Cyclops build sh. So this one should open the build sh, and I'm gonna go inside Sphinx. Sorry, it's GDSphinx. So inside GDSphinx, and open a new file that's gonna be build sh. So this is gonna be an empty file that I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna go and basically do a very similar thing. I'm gonna copy, yeah, Control-Alt copy paste, and I'm gonna modify this script file. So I want to be able to do what we're gonna do here. So I'm gonna make a build folder. So make dir build folder. So I have a build folder here where it's gonna be putting all the builds inside. And let's see how we're gonna, let's close that. We don't need it anymore. And let's save that. Let's see how it does here. Okay. So how am I gonna do this? So actually, let's make also a code git ignore. So git ignore, I think. Git ignore. And here we're going to ignore anything that is PyCase, for example. So anything that has to do with PyCase should be ignored. Let's see what else we're going to be ignoring, though. So I'm going to have to wait for this to finish. After we do that, we have to go and let me see, go to here. So git others, blah blah. Git how you initialize the repository? Git clone. So do I have to init? Let's see what that is doing exactly. Okay. Okay, let's start with CPython. In order to execute CPython and build CPython, we have to go to we have to go to cd CPython and make link configure yes. What is that? Configure. It's the air path. No, it should be inside our tuner folder. So I have to fix those paths. I have to make them relative. Otherwise, people will have a problem building this. Well, I don't really care because I'm going to distribute only the build, so it's not a big problem. But nonetheless, GDSphinx, Sphinx, I think, Sphinx, CPython build. Same here. GDSphinx, Sphinx. Oh, forgot the name. So this is the same. Okay, I think the build file is pretty ready. But we're gonna need also, besides the ISO, I don't know gonna need the ISO. In this case, I'm gonna need the main executable. Well, I don't really need the main executable because it's gonna be using the command line. Yeah. Okay, let's do a git add, git commit. Actually, this status. Let's say git status. Git commit, am commit cpython repo, git ignore, and build sh. For first time. Git not v. What? Not remove, remote. So okay, so git push. I think git push works yet. I don't have to do any. There's no forking. Okay, so we are going fine. So the big question right now is, let's take a look. So cpython build, yeah, that's fine. And then we have, that's fine too. So let's start with Python. So let's start to test the build. So build sh. cpython is going to be the first one. What? Permission denied. Okay, so that means that it's not marked as executable. Let's go coding. Let's go to the Sphinx. Let's properties, change the permissions to allow this to run as X program, and thus will be able to run without any problem. Okay, so far so good. With all stable implementation. Oh, I want that actually. So enable automate all stable implementation, picture, etc. Let's add that as well to the bit script. So let's configure. What? Why? Are you kidding me? Yeah, of course you're kidding me. Oh. That copy paste, that copy paste. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, so let's go now with CP environment. No, it is CPI environment. Okay, CPI environment. That's a lot of stuff. Wow. Wow, what the hell is downloading? Seriously? Okay. What the hell? Really? Wow. Wow. I'm impressed. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Let's take a look and see how big is this. So if I go here and go for the semi-virtual environment, let's see how big is this. 300 megabytes. Oh my god. Seriously? 300 megabytes? Okay, I'm now curious to see what the hell is going on here. Why so big? Let's put that there, and let's then test to see if it works. So source, where am I now? Okay, so source, CPython, I think it's virtual environment, bean, activate. So that's a Python. If I start a Python, should be what? Wait, what? Oh, I need to pass the where to find the library, yes, as usually. It's really annoying. So let's use that then. Copy, paste, and let's try again. Yeah, now it works. Import Sphinx, please. Okay, so Sphinx works fine. So we can import it. Let's see, does it have a version? Sphinx version info? Yeah. 4.4 final. Okay. Everything has been installed correctly. I repeat, everything has been installed correctly. That's good. So we have the Sphinx included. Now, wait, what is GT6000? What the hell? Ah, okay, yeah, I forgot to do that. Thank you for reminding me of this. So we have to ignore the CPython build, and of course the CPython. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at this. ls. So we have the CPython build and the CPython virtual environment. CPython v environment. So because of course complains now for 6,000 commits, that's a lot of stuff. So we save that. It should go back to 6 commits. So what is the 6 commits? The status. Let's make sure that it's it ignore. That's fine. Why are there 6 commits then? What? What are you talking about? Ah, for keyclubs. Okay. Why it gives me the keyclubs? I'm not in the keyclubs folder. Actually, let's change that. Let's open the folder. Now we have a folder because I didn't have a folder previously. Which is gonna be called, yeah, let's call that. Open it. Okay, and now that's correct. Two commits. That's great. So let's go here and open gitignore. What? Why? What the hell are you doing? And build. Why not opens a module? Ah, because I need to only press it one time. Okay. So that works. So let me start also a new terminal. So we finish with that. Now the big question is how we're gonna make things work Sphinx-wise. So yeah. Let's take a look at the Sphinx documentation. As a matter of fact, before doing that, what do we have changed in terms of files? We have changed the gitignore, and we have also changed what inside here? Nothing. Then why complains that it changed something? I don't see anything. So anyway, let's go and do another commit. So am update gitignore ignore to not commit anything in the build folders CPython build and CPython virtual environment. Yeah, so push that, and we finish with that as well. Okay. So let's go back to the. Okay, let's go to the disk analyzer. So let's take a look at the disk analyzer. Inside Sphinx, we already have 1 gigabyte. So obviously most of it is because of the JIT history. But we see here that the virtual environment has 300 megabytes. And that is because... Oh, that's going to be a problem. Python standard library, yeah? I have to change that. Because I don't really know if, otherwise I will have to change also the path when I call Python. As a matter of fact, I'm actually surprised that Python was able, well, because it was side packages, most likely. So look at this, how many side packages it has installed here. And this one is the Python standard library. As a matter of fact, let's test this. I think it's not going to work. Okay, so I'm going to need, actually let's do this. Let's start with execute Python. What? So execute Python. Let's try API instead. And for executing Python, very simple. We're gonna need the LDs here, actually, but I think we have to need also the path for right. Source. CPython environment build. What the hell is CPython environment build? Oh, it's what is that? Ah, it's this. Okay, so CPython virtual environment being activate, and so in this case I'm going to execute Python, but do I also need the path for its library? Let's take a look at this. So execute Python is here, and if there is here CPy, so let's do it like that. So if there's any, yeah, I think I ever did that. I want, yeah, I'm an idiot. So let's do it like that. So the idea here, if it's this one is CPy without environment, CPython execute. I think, is it execute CPython? No, execute CPython. Okay. So it's gonna be execute Python. So if I go here and do now, do a build essay to see exactly what the command is. C EPI. So as I do a EPI, no, it's not happy. It's because it's CPI. So it should be EPI here. If I do it again, what? It doesn't do anything. Why? Execute Python. Execute Python. Execute. Yeah, right? Ah, they don't execute. I'm an idiot. Okay, Python. Yeah, so let's see. Import this. Oh, I can import it. How the hell he finds it? Ah, it does import this. Oh, wait, because this is... okay, so anyway, it works. It seems to work. Okay, so the moment of truth is the moment of truth. Anyway, so the build folder, in order to work, so the big question is, so the build folder is where it's gonna be the actual build of the add-on itself. So the big question is how we're gonna do that. We'll see. I'll have to think about this, how to set the paths, because the paths always are a bit of a pain. So anyway, we see here that this one's in test, which I have no idea what the test is doing exactly. Yeah, it's big. It's a pretty beefy install, unfortunately. The standard library, of course, is the biggest one because it's Python. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit beefy. Do we have anything else? Include Python? No. So this is basically what we need. And the only thing I haven't included from here is the executable. So if I go to bin, the executable is... actually, it's not that big. It's only 20 kilobytes. Really? Okay. So the only problem is this. We have to also copy-paste the executable there. So yeah. Okay, I will take a small break and come back to keep working on this. So let's go a small break. 105, let's say 106. Oh, 105, no, that's fine. How much time is there? Okay, I have to pick another music. Break. Okay, let's pick a music. Do we have anything else somewhere? Something is gonna last tonight. What was that? Cybercar? Night Rider. So it was, which one was it? Night Rider. Okay, let's go with Miami Vice then. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, so I will take a 10-minute break and be back in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, I say. Okay, see you then. See you in 10. Okay, what did I miss? Let's see. What the hell? Let's take a look. Yes. Okay. So, ooh, what the hell happened there? What happened? So what is that? Okay, apparently when I was on, the connection almost dropped completely. Anyway, it happened at least when I was on break. Okay, for whatever reason. So, I'm back. I'm back, baby. And let's start building. Let's go with, I don't know, what is 19? Start creating the add-ons. Actually start reading the Sphinx documentation, because we have to go get a good idea of how Sphinx works for me to actually start doing this project. I think we are fine from there. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So the nice thing is that it can actually generate HTML and PDF versions, which is great. Okay, let's start with documentation. I haven't read Sphinx for some time, so but I'm not really new with this. Okay, the big question is where Sphinx Quick Start is located, because it runs this script, but I'm not sure that this where the script is located though. Okay, let's find this one. I can use, actually, let's use our tools we have downloaded. So let's use IFD and say, find me please the Sphinx Quick Start. Okay, so probably gonna need also the flags HI. Okay, so this one is inside bean. Inside bean? That's interesting. Okay. So this is inside bean. The Sphinx Quick Start. Okay, let's take a look at this. Is it executable? What is it exactly? Let's take a look at the directory. So is it inside site virtual environment? In bin folder there's a Sphinx build. There's Sphinx Quick Start. So let's take a look at this. No. Wait, what? How the hell he executes then? If it's a Python. This is a Python. Ah, because it has the cbank. This is called the cbank. Ah, I didn't know that. You can execute something without a Py extension. Interesting. R6 fix command quick start, import main. Import main. Main and you pass the sys arguments. So rip sub. What is a resub? Resub? So what is re exactly? Re. For regular expression. Script. By win to accept. Okay. So this one runs with a command line of script, and then what is that? dot or pi exceed. Okay. So what exactly resubstitute? Okay, so the arguments there is for an alternative executable, but without system arguments if there is nothing to substitute. Oh, no, actually the V. Wait, what? Argument V, isn't the argument V the name of the application? So why is doing that? System argument. Because no. It's actually uses this as a first argument. But I don't understand this. Oh, he adds, it supplements it. Okay, quick start. Command C quick start, but it doesn't call anything. It doesn't call anything. Oh wait, it calls sys exit main. Wait, what the sys exit is doing exactly? So Python sys exit. What the hell is it doing? Sys. Okay. So we have one that's called exit, which is what the hell is that? Breakpoint. Wait, what? So is this a building? MS building, huh? Oh, I didn't know that. So you can have a breakpoint, right? Here you go. I didn't know that. There is a breakpoint function. I will keep this in mind this time I want to use PDP. Okay, so what is the exit? DE, exception, exit. Exit from Python, this is implemented by resident system exit exception. So what is the argument? Given the exit status, okay, so it passes the exit status of the main of Sphinx to the system exit status of Python. Okay, so I get it now. Okay, fair enough. So I don't understand this, however, what's the point is. If it not, probably it's used by the main. Okay. Can I go and browse this? I can. Okay, uses the system argument, but uses only after 0, which is weird. So anyway, this is a Python command line. I probably should be making this with the command line tool as a command line tool. Yeah. I probably am an idiot that I haven't converted my build essays to a Python command. I probably will do that at some point. So, anyway, let's move on. So this one basically calls Sphinx Quick Start, which is going to find it inside the binary folder, which should be inside our paths in order for this to run. That's fine. So this is going to create the main repository for the documentation. Okay. So inside there, we're going to have the index RST, which is the main index for the documentation. So the big question right now is how exactly you... So I think the best thing we can do there is... let me think. How are we gonna do this? It's a big question. This is how you do the build, Sphinx build. So the Sphinx also it has to be defined there. So we're gonna need okay. We're gonna need a separate script file for running those commands here. Or not. You can also, but then we need to find the paths. So how gonna we do this? Okay, so how I'm gonna do this? Okay, so let's start with a simple. Let me think. So the one thing we want to do is have to go to build essays and do let's do a build command. And in this build command, I have to do build project. And for building the project, we have to do, let's do a Python build and a complete build in essence to be on the safe side. Or maybe not, because it's not really needed. So okay, let's do two things. Let's echo bf build full project, including .cpython and .cpy environment. Okay, so let's go and do that. Let's go with one. Let's go and go build. And then go one that's going to be called build full. So this what the build is gonna do. So the build is gonna do so we're gonna be copying the CPython build. So let's copy recursively the .cpython virtual environment to build GDSphinx CPython. Let's start with this. Let's start if this is gonna work first of all. This is not should go. No, this is not going to should go to here, and we're gonna have of course here a leaf. So let's go with this one. B And let's do then build. Okay, so where am I now? Build assets. Build. Okay. So syntax error. So what is it? It's 24. Yeah, as I assumed. How do you do comments? I think you can do comments like that. So let's comment this out. As a matter of fact, no, I don't need to comment this out. Let's use it. So let's do a build instead for build full. So that's fine. Let's try again. Okay, so Sphinx C Python is not a directory, so it complains that there is no directory there. So I'm gonna do this. So the way we can do this is by making the directory. So go inside rm. Yeah, actually rmrf build, which is gonna build delete everything in the build directory, and then make dir standard make a GDSphinx. Sorry, it's actually GDSphinx. Sphinx directory, and then put it down there. So let's see what happens now. Oh my god, yeah, and you have to make also a make dir GDSphinx CPython directory. CPython. Actually, no, CPython, Python. Python should do the trick, not PCPython. Okay. So how about now? Okay, cannot create directory Sphinx while exists. But how the hell file exists if I have done RMF build? What? What are you talking about? So let's go side build. Wait, where's build? Oh. Oh shit. I fucked up, huh? Yeah, I fucked up. So let's do an rm rf GDSphinx. So that's the trick, and let's do and say you need also to make dir build. First of all, what the hell I'm doing? It should be build GDSphinx and should be build GDSphinx Python. Okay, let's try again. Okay, cannot create directory, no such file directory. What? Okay, something stupid. Yeah, I've forgotten end there. Let's try again. Okay. I didn't do an R. Okay, so let's do R. What? I didn't save it. Okay, let's do again. Perfect. Okay, so let's take a look at the directory structure. So it's build, it's Sphinx, it's Python, CPN. Oh shit, no. Actually, my bad. I don't need to make Python. I'm gonna need to put it inside the GDSphinx and then rename it, and then do move, rename build GDSphinx CPython virtual environment to build GDSphinx Python. So that should do the trick now. So it doesn't like the fact that I do an R. Okay, let's do it like that then. Okay, let's try it now. Test again. Where's my folders? What did I open? Close the folders. So if I go coding Go to GDSphinx, build GDSphinx, Python. Yeah, that's correct. And what is the bin? So the only thing I need... Sphinx quick start. That's nice. Okay, so everything is fine. The only thing I'm missing, I think it's a Python executable. Is Python here? Yeah, it's a Python 3.11.3 and Python. So the one thing I'm gonna do is go inside Python build. So let's go to the Python build. Inside the bin, there should be a Python executable. Okay. So we can move that and copy that as and rename that as Python. So let's do that. So let's go here, which I was making the CPython build, and okay, no, I'll actually go to virtual environment. Instead of this one, let's go into not a lib but a bin Python 3.11 Python 3.11. I think that's what's 3.11 called. Yeah, 3.11, and put that in virtual environment bin. I probably will have to add an F as well here because it's gonna replace the file, and it's gonna be called Python. Right? Is this gonna work? I don't know. So let's try this. CP environment. It doesn't complain. No, it doesn't. Oh, wait. So what? CPython. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, let's go and try this. So this one is one that I want to copy. A new tab. Go outside. Okay. Virtual environment. Bin. So Python is a shortcut, my friend. Yeah, no, I don't want that. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do it forcefully. Doesn't mean much of a choice. So rm remove CPython virtual environment bin remove Python. So that should do the trick. And let's see what happens now. Okay, let's see. Does it complain now? Cannot move. What? What are you talking about? Cannot move? Where is it at? Where the hell am I now? I'm completely lost. So cannot move. What is a cannot move? Cannot Python 11. What is that? Cannot move CPython virtual environment. What? What are you talking about? Cannot move CPython. Okay, directly not empty. Okay, so the one thing we have to do, yeah, I'm an idiot for not doing this actually. Before doing that, let me every single time clean up rm rf CPython virtual environment. So I should be doing this, as a matter of fact, every time I build something. So do this as well here, rmrf CPython as well, because I keep having problems every single time. So let's try now. Okay, so CPython build, no such file directory. Wait, what? CPython build. Oh, no. You're a fucking idiot. Yeah. CPython virtual environment. Okay, now I have to rerun the build of Python. CPython. What? Oh my god, what the hell I'm doing? CPython build. CPython build and CPython visual environment. Okay, so let's go and run CPython again. Hello, hello, Captain Fuba. Welcome. How are you doing? How are you? I'm trying here to make an add-on for the add-on competition at Godot Addon that will allow you to use the Sphinx documentation system to have documentation doc strings inside your GDScript. So yeah, wait. I want this. My optimizations. Okay, copy. Don't do fucking move. What is it? Yeah, of course he moves. Okay, sorry, my bad. What? Okay. Wait, because I don't trust it. Okay, finally. We did it. Okay. So you have it now to, as I said, you can go inside here and add doc strings. Basically, they're not supported by GDScript. They're supposed to be multi-line strings. And now you're going to be using Sphinx to do inside your code documentation for your code. So that's the idea of my add-on. Because this is a feature that Sphinx has called AutoDocs and allows you to embed documentation inside your source code files in Python. And I want to do the same thing for GDScript. Let's see if that is going to be possible. Okay, so let's do it with CPy environment. Okay. Oh, now it works. Nice. Okay. So, right. So now it works. So we have the virtual environment, we have the bean. Let's see now the Python. No shit. Seriously? Why? Why it's a link? Why still is a link? Oh wait, there is a Python executable. There is a Python executable. Okay, so it actually works. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it works. That's the important. What does it have here? Sphinx quick start. So we have the Sphinx quick start. We have the Sphinx build. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, let's take a look at what happened with the build folder now. So the build folder is inside here. This is the actual folder that we're gonna have for the add-on. So we have the GDSphinx folder, which is the actual folder. Inside here is the Python distribution. No, why? Probably didn't run the build. Okay, my bad, I didn't run the build. Okay, so let's do now a build. Okay, let's see what happens now. Okay, it freaks out. Let's go again, GDSphinx, Python, bin. And I think I saw it. Yes, okay, here it's now. Okay, so now we have the executable. Okay, so we are ready to rock. So in order for this to work, what you do is you have to launch the Sphinx quick start, which is this script here, which by the way, it's a Python script, even though it has a Py extension. And this one's going to create the folders you needed for the documentation inside. However, the big question is how we're going to do this. I don't want the documentation folder to be inside the add-on folder. I want the documentation folder to be inside the project folder of the user that is using it is from Godot. So how am I going to do this? So how are we gonna do this? How the hell are we gonna do this? I think we have to start developing the actual add-on. Yeah, I think we need to actually start developing the add-on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make a new folder inside here, inside the project. I call this the project folder, which is gonna be all the script files. The GDScript files, because we need GDScript to develop the add-on. So let me close this. And let me make a new project. So I'm gonna make a new project, and I'm gonna call this project, of course, GDSphinx. And this progress is gonna be inside our GDSphinx, but we have to create a new folder here just not to confuse things up. So let's go with project. Okay. And do we need to create a folder here? I think we need to create a folder also. So create a folder. It's gonna be GDSphinx. GDSphinx. And where's the folder? Wait, what? Okay, so let's go again. So coding, GDSphinx, project, GDSphinx. Select this folder. So this is where it goes inside, create and edit. That is called... What is that? Vulkan cluster. Suppose platform Baronia. Ah, okay. Now this, I never see that. Okay. So I think we are ready to rock. Okay. So the big question right now is how the hell you make a Godot add-on using GDScript. So how are we doing this? How are we gonna be doing this? How you make a Godot add-on? How you make a Godot add-on? So create a doc folder. No, the Godot folder is gonna be outside the add-on. So right now I'm having, let me explain what the files that I'm having here, the folders is. The first one is the C Python build, which is the Python build I'm creating. So it's basically Python. The CB virtual environment contains all the third-party tools. In this case, it's Sphinx itself, which is the library of Python that we use for documentation. Inside here, I put everything together. So I assemble everything together inside the Sphinx folder. I have Python itself. And anything else that the plugin is going to need. So the plugin, of course, is going to need the GDScript files. As you said, it's going to need a CFG file. So those things now reside inside here. So there should be for inside here, which is the project file, so we open them from Godot. And okay, so let's see how we can make an add-on using Godot. So how you make Godot plugins. So a plugin in Godot is making plugins. So the first thing you need to do is identify a new plugin to create two files. A plugin called CFG. Has other part like add-ons plugin name inside the project folder. Godot provides a dialog to generate those files and placing them where they need to be. What is that? Yeah, that's the documentation. That's another documentation. Okay, so then click on so the big question right now I have is, yeah, and the reason why I have my project folder separately. So I have the project folder here, which is the script files, and in the build folder I have the actually Python files, is because this folder is going to be rebuilt every single time. So I don't want to lose the files because I delete this folder when I rebuild it. So this is going to keep all the script files we need. Okay, so the thing I need to do is how you do this? Click project dropdown. Okay. So let's go project dropdown. Project settings. Project settings. Go to the plugins tab and click on the create button. So I go here and I go project settings and go to plugins and create. First of all, resize this because it's too big. Okay, so create, The plugin name is gonna be GDSphinx. The subfolder, GDSphinx. And the author is Kilon. The version is 1.0 because I don't think I'm going to be working this format. A down to the script. The script name, I think this was optional, right? Okay, let's name it GDSphinx plugin GD. Okay, sorry, GD. Activate now. And a documentation system for GDScript, enabling the addition of docstrings inside the GDScript code as a form of generating automatically documentation in the HTML and PDF formats. So create that, and here we go. Okay, enter tree, exit tree. Okay, so we have here add-ons, Sphinx. Okay, why created an add-ons folder? Is it normal? I didn't tell it to create an add-ons folder. I guess this is a standard way of putting this inside the add-ons. Okay. So it has them inside in the add-ons folder. That's fine. So, how are we gonna make this script? So, yes, it's normal. Okay. So the placeholder detection is 5. Yes. Where is my config file though? Ah, here it is. Okay, so basically it has everything I did. Yeah. Okay, so let's go about the plugin. I got documentation. It must be a tool script, okay. And it must inherit from editor plugin. So here, oh no, my god. It's send editor plugin, and it's yeah, it has the enter 3 and exit 3 function. So this is for. So how exactly execute things? Okay, so this is basically edit 3 and exit 3 thing. All add-ons are in the add-ons folder. Okay. So this is. So for this one, we'll create a simple button that prints a message. For that, we will extends button. But wait a second. Is this a separate script? Add a custom type. Wait, what? Editor is when a plugin is activated exit 3 when you deactivate the plugin. Okay. We create some button prints a message that can click. What time is it? Yeah. Okay, so I will end the stream here because I will take a short break. I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat and have my lunch. I will be back in 1 hour, and I will keep working on this. Another stream I'll do for probably another 3 hours. And we're going to be working on this. So I definitely need to read the documentation. I have no idea how to make this the add-on deal. But we are set to go, basically. I think we're set to go. So basically what I'm going to be doing when I'm returning, I will be creating all the basic for GDScript. I will be using, from what I remember, if I remember correctly, let's go Godot docs again. So if I remember correctly, there is, no, I don't want that. Well, it's okay. Let's go with that. If I remember correctly, there is an OS operation system package that it has a command line execution. So let's take a look at it before I leave. What executes code? How you execute code? Let's see, execute code. Vsync. Oh, no, it doesn't have anything. Oh, wait, it does. Sorry, let's go properties. Dump memory, get command line attributes. Get datetime, get. I don't want to get. What besides a get you have? Is debug, is user, is window focused, cable kill. So we have a kill, so we have to have a way to execute command line commands. Print all, request, attention, request permission. Cell open. I think this one is the command I'm looking for. You need to clean up whatever you created. For example, a panel in the editor. You need to remove it from the editor scene tree. What? No idea what you're talking about. Request the operations to open a resource with the most appropriate program. Is that the command? I think this one only opens a resource. I don't want to open a resource. I want to execute a command line. Probably it's this one, but yeah, I'm gonna see that when I return. What? You need to clean up whatever you created. For example, a panel in the editor. You need to remove it from the editor scene tree. What do you mean by panel in the editor? Again, the chat lags kills all reference of the comment. What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about, Captain Fubar. The chat lag kills all reference of the comment. Are you talking about inside the code here? I don't have anything inside my code that references a panel. So I don't know why you find it. This is basically an empty plugin script. And this is the plugin configuration. I haven't done anything yet. So what do you mean by you need to clean up whatever you created? For example, a panel in the editor. I haven't created a panel in the editor. You mean here? For user interface, etc.? I haven't touched those. Anyway, fill up your brain energy. Are you assuming that my energy or brain is unfilled? Okay, yeah, I will actually end the stream now. So, let's say maybe raid someone for an hour. I'm only gonna be away for an hour, so I should be back in an hour and a half. But let's see if we're gonna be raiding anyone since we have 2 viewers. Lencius, do we have anyone else doing Godot? So Godot. Sing. 3 viewers. Oh, we have a lot of people doing Godot. Yes, Ephestos. Is this in English? Yeah, it's in English. Okay, let's rate this guy, Ephestos. Let's rate it, and I go see you guys in. Yeah. I will see you in an hour and a half, something like that. What? L? Yes. It's fa. El fa. So? Doesn't find it. Okay, so it's El falso. Okay. Start the raid. Yeah, and I'm gonna come back and we work on this. I will be working on this for several days because I don't think I'm gonna be finishing this today. That's highly unlikely. But I don't know if I'm gonna be doing this inside the time frame of. We'll see. Maybe I will come back to it later on. So anyway, see you guys. See you later. I will take a break now, go and eat something, and come back. Bye bye.